Tesla's hot.
It's down 33% year to date.
Stocks, I think, like $165. So what's interesting about Tesla, right? They missed their numbers. Demand looks like it's softened. So what's interesting, when I was in Italy, I saw Chinese EVs everywhere. And Xiaomi, they basically launched a Porsche Taycan copy that is dirt cheap. This just happened like last week. Chinese EVs is what's really hurting Tesla at the end of the day. To me, Tesla is like Apple, right? Like you're going to have your Xiaomis, you're going to have your Androids, but like at the end of the day, if you want the brand, you're going to pay for it. The big thing I think that people are sleeping on Tesla, it's a very overvalued car company if that's all you think it is. They just announced that they've had 1 billion miles on their FSD.
What's FSD? Sorry?
Full self-driving.
They were going to launch sub $30,000 car. The report said that car had been canceled. And I think that was supposed to be like their robo-taxi is how they were positioning it. And this robo-taxi concept is basically a full autonomous vehicle.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, guys, hot day for us Indians. I've been.
You got the Hindu card.
Thank you. So hot day for us. Akshay.
If you're an Indian,
Bhatia.
It's always hot.
Let me say it correctly. Bhatia. Yeah, true. Akshay Bhatia is the winner of the Valero Classic or something, the PGA Tour. Won today, 22 years old, huge win, dominated for the last 2 days, really. A guy caught up to him, but he, in the clutch, shoulder popped out of socket while he was celebrating a putt.
That's very Indian.
That's very Indian. So before his last wedge shot on the playoff, he had to walk off, get taped up by the physical trainer, came back, nailed the shot, won. Notice he didn't do a fist pump. Got to take it easy, but won his way into the Masters next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Big day for us.
You win PGA, you're automatic Masters.
Just for that year, though.
For this year, yeah, correct.
Yeah, not forever.
Big day for our people. No. But Anand, I saw you were mad.
I was very mad because I got wind on Twitter that he was in the lead last night.
I felt like he was in the lead of like another tournament a few months back too, because my in-laws were like texting me. He's like, "You should turn on the TV right now because Indian kid's about to win."
Yeah, he had one where he did well, but I think this is his first win.
This is definitely his first PGA win.
Okay.
And so last night I started, I was just bored on Twitter last night, and I was like, oh wait, because I've had multiple golf people, including Greg, who's been on the pod.
Yeah.
He's a golf nut.
Yeah. Good friend. Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, this is the guy you need to like watch for.
Yeah. Last year, I think he said that.
Yeah. And so I saw that he had like a 4-stroke lead, I think, going into today. Mm-hmm. So that made me interested.
Right. Okay.
Because I was like, okay, this guy's got a shot.
Yeah.
And I follow him on Instagram for the last like 18 months. And then this other dude, McCarthy, is just crushing. Did you watch Drama?
Yeah.
So I started watching on ESPN Plus. Terrible product, by the way.
It's on ESPN Plus.
The entire product of golf is terrible. You have to wake up in the morning, watch it on ESPN Plus, then switch over to Golf Channel, then switch over to NBC or whatever the prime time.
I had to do the whole 3 thing. I was literally at hole 14. I saw this dude's catching him, and I was like, "Oh God, this guy's gonna fucking lose."
The whites were on.
They're coming.
It's our year.
And I'm literally on. I have 3 things on. I have my phone, ESPN Plus. I have the TV on with Golf Channel, and then I'm texting my friends like, "Where do you watch this thing?"
Right. It's so.
And
dumb.
then they were like NBC, and I was like, "Oh my God." Like, how bad of a product is this?
But you have to bridge it with Golf Channel. That's what's so dumb. It's not even like, ESPN has the lower level stuff. Like, that's how UFC is. Like, the smaller fights are on ESPN Plus or whatever, and then the big ones are obviously on pay-per-view. You have to, like, leapfrog to Golf Channel and then go to NBC down the stretch. It's the worst. For all the money and all the hype that's going into the business of golf, they're really fucking it up. But anyway.
Yeah.
Akshay.
Yeah. I mean, separate from that, I think it was a terrible experience as like, the most casual golf fan that could possibly exist.
Right.
Like I literally just watched it because there was an Indian dude that had a shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like shuffling through all these
you're
different.
racist.
What do you mean?
You didn't watch it when the white guys
The
are
whites.
winning?
No, I mean, Rory's terrible.
Interesting.
I hate him.
Well, he just really played himself during the whole live thing. But
All right. Well,
I think the whole thing about golf, the whole thing about golf is it's just hard to get in. It's hard to get in the country club. It's hard to watch on TV. It's just hard to like it.
They don't want you to participate.
No, they don't want you to watch it. They don't want you to play it.
You have to understand. Do you know how much money they're making with the subpar product? They don't want new fans. But do you think they want to pull up to the country club and a bunch of Indians are at the driving range? They don't. They don't want that.
They're like, keep it with the old whites. We're fine.
But they need the TV rights.
They want it. They want it. They just can't keep tripping over themselves. It's so
But I
dumb.
will say, though, the Masters app is incredible. So the Masters are this week.
Yeah, I don't have it, but I have heard it's great.
The app is excellent. You could zoom in on any hole, any player, and watch it.
Okay.
So anyways, my point, I had an angry tweet today.
I didn't see it.
So the PGA announcers kept calling him Batia.
Batia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batia's
Even wider.
right.
Batia.
Yeah, Batia.
Like he's like a Spanish soccer player.
Maybe he is. They don't know who he
Akshay
is. He's so
Batia.
dark. They can't figure it out.
They're like, we don't know what country he's from.
Yeah, they don't know what country he's from.
It's Akshay.
So my point was, how do they not have someone in the ear? It's ESPN, it's PGA, it's NBC, it's Golf Channel. Someone not telling them the guy's name is Batia.
Yeah.
They don't want him.
May
They
not
don't
give a fuck.
They don't
Do you
want
think
you
they're
watching.
intentionally
They
doing
don't
it?
Yeah,
want
they don't want you to watch. They want you to be angered and never watch again. They're like, oh, you don't like watching our product? Fuck you, darky. We don't care if you watch it.
If you see his name and you pronounce it Batia, that's who they want watching. They're talking to their audience.
They're talking to Batia
And they kept
fans.
saying they kept saying it nonstop, and it was so upsetting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he won. The kid had a great clutch putt.
Yeah.
And he was born in Northern California.
Yeah, it looked like I saw.
And then he moved to Carolina.
Yeah, it looks like he's from North Carolina, right?
I wish you could see. You should look up the clip of how he popped his arm out of socket. It was the most mellow fist. It was this.
So he's in the Masters this week. Hopefully he makes the cut. That'd be great for his career.
He's been doing well. I think he will.
He will. Why not?
Everyone says he's crushing.
Yeah, I mean, he won a tournament.
And he's 22. I mean,
yeah.
Like he's on the start of his whole.
Yeah, he's going to have this is a big week for him. You win, you have all that momentum. You'll get press this week. You'll probably pick up a huge sponsor. You're good. You're golden. He's rich.
And what I'm very impressed with him is because the dude that was behind him, McCarthy, he was crushing. He had 6 birdies in the last 7 holes or whatever.
Yeah.
And
he shot a 28 on the back 9, which the par would have been 36. Yeah.
I actually did check the score when I think you were texting about it. And I saw that he was tied and the other guy was -9 for the day. I was like, poor guy's going to lose.
I mean, good for Akshay Batia.
Yep. Did you guys talk about this Tiger? Did you talk about the Tiger story where apparently Tiger's not having sex until the Masters?
Oh, yeah. And I saw a very funny, what did Phil Mickelson say?
No, that was a meme account.
It was unbelievable.
It was a fake account.
That is the content. I bet you privately is what Phil Mickelson actually said.
I know what D's referencing, but it was definitely there's this fake PGA Tour meme account that goes viral all the time.
All the fake sports accounts are the best.
Yeah, let me just say, business tip is every celebrity and every business should have a quote unquote fake account that they run that says what they actually
like a mocking.
And then you could just blame it on the fake account.
Right.
If it gets
right. And how much more do you love? I retweeted a post, I think Group Chat retweeted it from Shannon Sharp's burner account.
Yeah.
That was the famous dodgeball scene from Fantasy Factory. And it's like, that made me like Shannon Sharp more. It didn't make me, because it's like doing a service to his personality. It's building up his brand. I mean, it's just such a no-brainer.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Great content.
News?
Yeah. The biggest news in America. The solar eclipse.
So what's going on? My mom said that everything is closed. All the schools are closed. The businesses are closed. Why? Because it's going to be dark for a minute? I'm confused.
No, it's just got too much momentum. It's like Super Bowl.
But why don't you just take the kids outside and fucking look up at the sun for a second and go back in?
I think like we don't know, like we're at a point in society.
I don't even know where he's going to go with this.
I know. There's so many options.
So I was reading this article in Time magazine that said 10 surprising facts about the eclipse. So the path of the eclipse is basically like starts in the Pacific Ocean, ends in the Atlantic Ocean. And I think the like southern Pacific Ocean is where it starts. And basically over the next couple of hours, it'll end in the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm actually going to be in New York tomorrow, and I'm copping my glasses when I land because I want to see this shit.
I heard the glasses are sold out. Where are you getting them?
Yeah, I heard they're hard to get. I heard they're like toilet paper in peak COVID.
I'll be like Trump. Trump, remember when he looked at the eclipse?
Yeah.
He didn't care. He didn't care. He just looked right at it. He didn't give a shit.
Because what are you supposed to have? Like really tinted glasses or something?
It's basically like the equivalent of like a 3D glass type situation.
Right.
But Mexico will see the longest totality during the eclipse, which is like 4 or 5 minutes. But this article starts with, one fun part of experiencing an eclipse can be watching the people around you. They may yell, they scream, they cry, they hug each other. That's because it's such an amazingly beautiful event. Then
that's that's in an article.
Yes. The more interesting thing about it is simultaneously, I don't know if you guys, this is also a news piece that we're going to talk about. I'll just bring it in. There's the United States government put a warning that they're expecting within the week an attack either on U.S. or Israeli soil from Iran.
But don't they, just to clarify,
so like,
do they say U.S. soil or U.S.
asset? It's a U.S. asset.
It'd be in that region.
The Middle East.
It wouldn't be in the U.S. There's no chance.
Right.
The eclipse could be the whole part of the fraud.
I think I'm pretty confident that no one's...
They should attack us while the fucking eclipse is happening. You got 2 minutes of everyone looking up at the sky like idiots. You can do whatever you want. They're like, I stayed home from work for this.
So what I've been told is that it's 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
No. 1 p.m. in California. It's like 10:15.
Oh, because it keeps moving.
Yeah. So in New York City, I think it's like 3:15 Eastern time is what they said.
And what do people expect to see?
The most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, people might shout, they might cry, they might hug each other. It's just like fucking the moon blocks out the sun for a second. It gets kind of dark and weird. There's a circle of sun around the outside of the moon, and then everyone looks up. The next eclipse is 2033.
I got accused of being the wokey that I cared about the eclipse, and I'm telling you right now, I do not care about the eclipse.
But why is that a woke thing?
I don't know. I'll just say it. Brian's like, you must care about the eclipse, huh?
Wokey.
Like, I don't.
The irony, you'll be asleep.
Yeah, I wonder why that guy roped into a woke issue.
Yeah, why did I get roped into the eclipse? I had no interest in any of this stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking
It's just funny to me that the whole, at least where I grew up, the whole town shut down for 62 seconds.
Is Airbnb or one of those, I think Airbnb posted basically like the path of the eclipse in America. All the Airbnbs are sold out. Like our cousin, I don't know where she is.
Rochester, New York.
Okay,
I talked to her this evening.
I saw posted.
They went there for the eclipse.
And they booked it like a year ago.
Yeah.
Or 18 months ago or something crazy. And it said like bottomless mimosa eclipse brunch.
No. Man,
Dude.
we will turn anything into consumer.
That's what really fascinated me about the whole thing. How many glasses did they sell? 50 million? 50 million easy?
Yeah, they're sold out everywhere.
Yeah, you can't get the
They're
glasses.
like masks in COVID.
Yeah. Okay, so 50 million glasses, let's say, sold. People are traveling all over the country. If we were smart, we could have started selling merch 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Everything is an opportunity to make money. There's nothing that's not an opportunity to make money.
All I was thinking is like,
the
what did
world
the
shut down? The world shut down. Millions of people died. It became the biggest money grab in history. COVID.
Yeah.
We turned into like, oh, we're not going to stand next to anyone to like, let's fucking make fake fucking everything.
Yeah, let's rebuild our pools. Let's rebuild our...
No, just the money made off the actual COVID. Forget all that shit. The amount of money that people made off of COVID, selling masks, selling hand sanitizer, whatever, just complete nonsense. How much money was made and wasted.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's wasted, but it was consumed.
There was a lot of fraud in that thing.
Fraud was different.
No, there was a lot of people making bullshit ass N95s. There's bullshit hand sanitizers.
All I was thinking is like, imagine like our, ancient ancestors and like what they thought an eclipse probably was. Like it was probably like God.
Oh yeah, they thought,
blacking out the day to,
the sun,
whatever,
the moon, the
to
stars.
remind you that, and now we have bottomless mimosas.
Now it's just like, how do Fortune 100 companies make
everything is a joke?
Right.
I agree with that.
What does
we've
it?
gotten
Does anyone,
we've gotten too smart. Things are too good. Like
the memes for anything are so good. Like the most horrific thing happens, and the first thing that hits is memes.
Yeah.
Like when the earthquake in New York happened, how will we ever rebuild? And it's like the salt shaker fell down.
Yeah.
It's just.
I wonder if literally if we knew, like there is an asteroid coming, it's going to hit Earth. It's going to be tomorrow.
Be the biggest money grab ever. Biggest money grab
people
ever.
would still like bottomless mimosas. Like get your fucking
Armageddon mimosas.
Right.
Pay one, you drink till you're dead.
Right. You'd make memes. Yeah, literally. Drink till you're dead. Mimosas. Come on down.
Until the asteroid hits, we're keep serving.
God damn it. Okay. Well, that's happening tomorrow. Everyone make sure you send us your content, get your glasses, show us, if you're having a silly eclipse party, let us know. Send us content.
Hav, do you have your mic on?
What's up?
My quick check-in with Hav is, he's our young guy that
He's our resident youth.
roams Venice and Santa Monica. Is there any slowdown or no?
Slow down for what?
People like...
I was more curious. Are you guys doing it like an eclipse orgy or something?
I actually was going to go.
As much as you can bone during the eclipse. Everyone just...
You're 4 minutes. Go.
Yeah, go.
No, but I'm just saying in general, are people slowing down or no?
About going out?
Yeah.
No.
Why would they do that?
I'm just
You're talking about the
curious. I'm trying
economy?
to see consumer spending. That's
if
all
Venice slows down, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was
If Hobbs' world slows down, we all
You have to understand, in Javier's cohort of people, even in 2008, a lot of those kids still had jobs. They were not concerned about like, the commercial industry interest rates are going up because of fuck. They're just trying to fuck.
I mean, I'll
Pretty
just
much.
say, when I moved here,
Hav sent us a nice photo last night.
Did he? I didn't see it.
one of the Ragers.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a rager.
Okay.
Nice.
that's my normal weekend on it. Let's just keep that clear.
But no, my point is like if young people
They don't care.
but they're employed is my point. This is why the economy is not slowing down. They're all employed.
Yeah.
All your friends are employed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're
they
spending.
can go to Venice, the Venice bar, and spend, $50 on drinks and bum another drink, and you're blacked out.
Right.
basically. In the jobs report that came out, which was a blowout jobs report.
You talking about the part-time versus full-time? I saw that. Yeah.
It was, so I forgot the number. It was like 300,000 or 600,000 jobs. And it turned out that it was all part-time jobs. The full-time jobs was nominal. It was like 7,000, an increase of 7,000, which would have been a disaster from a Fed metric. It would actually been good from an inflationary standpoint.
But don't you think that's a function of younger people that just want to piecemeal their income? So they'll do part-time,
because
work in a restaurant, part-time do DoorDash, part-time do Instacart, part-time do that.
It could be that, but it also could be that full-time workers are now picking up extra work because of inflation. Like groceries, I don't know if you've seen all the stats on groceries.
The cocoa prices and
just everything. Groceries are basically, I think in some categories are up like over 100%. Like eggs are up 40, 50%. Different categories are up different price points, but like
I think there's some funny business.
Yeah, if you just go to the grocery store, forget restaurants. Restaurants have completely lost the plot in terms of pricing. Like they're up 100+%. And you can't go anywhere decent and not pay double what you paid a few years ago. You add groceries, you add rent, you add insurance. People might just be like, fuck it. On Saturday nights, I'll bartend, or Saturday nights, I'll drive an Uber, or whatever it is, because I need the extra income.
I sent a tweet, Josh, about credit card debt and savings, that basically everything's fallen off a cliff. And this is where we have to like kind of understand, where does rubber hit the road? So basically credit card debt is at an all-time high. Savings rates are all-time low.
Yeah.
Since 2008. So how does this is what I don't get. Are they just waiting for their parents to die?
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I think this is what I've been saying. It feels sketchy. We keep talking about like economy strong and robust jobs and all this shit, but I just am not buying it. And I don't know. I don't know. I think that like we got stimmy. We got this mentality that we kept talking about on the pod of like, fuck it, YOLO, the world's going to end anyway. No one cares about us. Everything's a conspiracy. And I just feel like we're like edging towards the end of that, which is, oh shit, the world kept moving and all my credit cards are maxed and I have student debt and I have no savings. And I don't know what happens. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, the credit card debt rising could be.
And it's also higher interest rates in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So the amount of interest every credit card debt holder is paying is significantly more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, but like,
it's just like the country as a whole. Like there's that through line exists. Like the country's
So then I saw another, like to play the counter to what I just said, I saw another tweet thread today that the government debt is at an all-time high.
I saw that.
And that the private debt of private companies
historical norm.
And they were like, this is not 2008. It's just the government and they can always print money and solve their problems, but private companies are fine.
I mean, that's probably right. If you're a small business, you can't even get a loan. You can't get credit. The only person that can get credit is Sleepy.
I don't see how, if you're alive now, the last few years have been tough for businesses. In my opinion,
oh yeah, definitely.
If you're alive right now, I think you're like pretty healthy. I mean,
you made it.
Yeah, whoever's left, I think you kind of made it if you keep operating that way. I mean, I think that's a good general take.
Yeah, because last year, like specifically, I would say for small businesses, it was pretty tough. Like really, really tough. Like people look at big tech and a handful of large companies, and they think that's the S&P 500 is not reflective of like small business.
Well, it's 7 companies, right?
Yeah, and so those companies are thriving, and everyone else is kind of struggling. And so the thing is the top is so heavy now. like these companies are bigger than countries now. NVIDIA and Apple and Microsoft, they're trillions of dollars.
Yep.
So when you add up all the small businesses in America, there may be a few trillion, 5 trillion.
Yep.
What is that?
Yeah.
So if they're down 10%, it's significant. And I think that's the real challenge that I don't know, you have to reconcile that it's kind of bullshit. And then this week is really important from a data standpoint because you have pretty significant inflation data coming. So you have the March inflation report. You have like a Fed talk. This is a blockbuster week. You got Eclipse. Eclipse coming Monday.
The Eclipse is for TikTok.
Nah, I think the Eclipse is. I have a weird feeling Eclipse is bad luck.
I think the Eclipse is a bigger deal than the inflation data for the majority of Americans.
So I just Googled country by GDP. Okay. And if you get to country 6,
which is not that far down.
Like what country is Apple? 7?
So is it Apple 3 trillion? What is Apple?
Everyone's 3 trillion.
Yeah, 3
Can
trillion.
you just
Apple,
look
Microsoft.
Apple, Microsoft?
Yeah. Probably both of them.
Take a quick look.
Apple
Microsoft.
2.6. 2.6.
Microsoft 2.6?
No, Microsoft is
Apple.
3.16.
Okay, so they are the 6th biggest country in the world after the US, China, Japan, Germany, India. That's it. They're next.
That's one random company in Seattle.
You want to know something crazy? Is I rewatched Social Network the other day.
Love that movie.
And they're talking about how like the Winklevi got like 60 million and Eduardo got, undisclosed, but it said like at the time of, this, whatever, Facebook's market cap is 20 billion. And it was like, oh my God. Like at that time it was like, damn. Cause there's the famous line, like, it's cool, $1 billion. Like
yeah.
Now that it's
what's
1
cool?
point something trillion.
Wait,
like,
what?
What?
So hold on, let's go through the Magnificent Seven compared to countries. So the US is 25 trillion, which is obviously
Microsoft will be there in like 5 years.
I mean, Nvidia's 2.2 trillion from like up from 0 2 months ago. Are you kidding?
Meta
Apple's
is
2.6.
Meta's 1.3 trillion.
Okay, so
You
Meta,
know what's cool? 1.3 trillion.
Meta's bigger than
imagine.
Spain.
Spain.
Yep.
Google's 1.9.
So they're bigger than Italy.
I mean, Nvidia's 2.2.
I mean,
If it is 2.2, they're bigger than Russia.
you know when anyone says like,
That's
and all these
ridiculous.
people who say that like America's over, we just named 5 companies that are bigger than like everything in Europe.
Right.
I mean, I've said this on the podcast a million times. There's no other place to invest.
I know,
other
but
than
this
the
is
US.
just this is a joke. Microsoft should just have nuclear weapons.
I think they probably
They might.
will eventually.
You might as well.
I mean, where else does it lead to?
We have to defend Microsoft.
defend Satya.
Yeah. I mean, $3 trillion. He could buy Spain.
He's 3.
3.1.
Like,
Oh,
what's
God.
the lowest GDP country that has nukes?
So the countries that have nukes are Russia, China, North Korea, US,
India.
Pakistan.
Okay.
I know that for sure. I'm sure
there are more.
there might be more.
Well, yeah,
what's
let's go.
what's North
What's India?
Korea's GDP?
Obviously, nothing.
Right. Okay, so then Microsoft should have nukes.
India's GDP is 3.3 trillion.
So it's the
that's
same as
nothing.
Microsoft. Why doesn't Microsoft have nukes?
They should have
Right.
nukes.
Microsoft
They
should
should have nukes
They
in
should
their
have a full
office.
military.
You should.
Pakistan has $370 billion of GDP. I mean, I could find a fucking shitty
AI company.
You should just give Pakistan to Microsoft and just be like, this is yours now. So whatever you would do with it.
You can have Akshay Bhatia run it too.
Akshay Bhatia should run Pakistan. That should be the good
Microsoft should buy it and say,
Golf
here, Akshay.
everywhere.
You know what? We love golf. We're
Yeah,
going to
the
make this a golf
America-
haven.
The America's losing is a fun argument, but it's a tough one to actually.
America fail. Yeah, anyone who says that, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Right.
So
it's
stupid.
fun to say, but it's
every 5 seconds we just mentioned $1 trillion company. $1 trillion, not $1 billion. $1 trillion. No country has endless $1 trillion companies.
And the fact, like in all seriousness, the fact that NVIDIA was able to do it so quickly, it just shows because I think a cynical person could easily be like, yeah, well, you can't do that anymore. Who's the next $1 trillion company? Well, NVIDIA in fucking no time.
I mean, we could say
OpenAI will be $1 trillion company.
100% it'll be $1 trillion company. And at some point, Tesla will be $1 trillion company.
Yeah. Tesla's my new buy.
Tesla's hot.
It's down 33% year to date.
Stocks, I think, like $165.
This is my Meta. Remember where I called Meta and I didn't do anything about it?
Yeah.
That's Tesla.
Are you buying it, or are you going to do nothing about it again?
I probably
should have like a do nothing fund
portfolio.
Like you should make
an ETF. Yeah. I will not put $1 in any of this, but it's probably going to outperform the market.
Apathy Incorporated.
So what's interesting about Tesla, right? They missed their numbers. Demand looks like it's softened. Huge competition in China for EV. So what's interesting, when I was in Italy, I saw Chinese EVs everywhere. It is like, it's cheap. And Xiaomi has an insane...
Xiaomi's X-A-O-M-I.
Yeah. They basically launched a Porsche Taycan copy that is dirt cheap, that launched in China, like sold out the first day they released it.
This is when you were in Italy?
No, this just happened like last week.
Oh, God.
But when I was in Italy, I noticed, I kept asking people, what are these cars? I never recognized them. They all said, particularly in Europe, Chinese EVs are really taking over. Like people want EVs. They want Tesla. It's too expensive. So they went to these Chinese brands. Chinese EVs is what's really hurting Tesla at the end of the day. To me, Tesla is like Apple, right? Like you're going to have your Xiaomis, you're going to have your Androids, but like at the end of the day, if you want the brand, you're going to pay for it. The big thing I think that people are sleeping on Tesla, they're just looking at it like a car company. It's a very overvalued car company if that's all you think it is. They just announced that they've had 1 billion miles on their
FSD.
What's FSD? Sorry?
Full self-driving.
It's like...
so the meaning they're aggregating all this data.
1 billion. Right. 1 billion
That's
miles.
Crazy.
1 billion. So then Elon tweeted out that he said August 8th, they have a big announcement. And one of the reasons why the stock dropped this week was they were going to launch a low-priced car, sub $30,000 car. And basically, reports said that car had been canceled. And I think that was supposed to be like their robo-taxi is how they were positioning it. And this robo-taxi concept is basically a full autonomous vehicle.
Yep.
And
like no steering wheel, I think.
Yeah. And I think realistically, from a regulation standpoint, it's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't see how we're going to, as like local politicians, are just going to let full autonomous vehicles on the road.
It exists in San Francisco.
I know, but I think there's a driver. The Waymo people are in the car still.
No, there's no one in the car.
In LA, they have to be in the car, I think.
Maybe in LA.
Yeah.
But I've been in a self-driving taxi where there's no one there.
You were in a Waymo then?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just ordered it.
Okay, so
one's doing it.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how if they let that scale, because that changes the landscape.
That's the labeling. That's what I've told you guys.
What?
I got confirmation from our Discord chat. Anand was 100% right. You need the labeling and then the AI on top of it.
Okay, well, let me tell you, Tesla doesn't need anyone's labeling. They have their own label machine.
Yeah, what are you saying here? Are you saying
they do? They have all the data. They don't need fucking anyone. What does Tesla need anyone for?
Are you saying they need labeling on it? Is that what you're? What's your
I'm saying
point on
this
it?
is how AI works, right? You
Right.
have to have labeling on everything in the real world, and then AI can be on top of it.
Right,
That's
but
all
how
I'm
does that
saying.
apply to, like, what are you saying?
To Tesla, it doesn't apply.
All I'm saying is, someone that is a
You just wanted to say, you just wanted to flex that you were right, huh?
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with Tesla. Tesla does not need your level machine. Tesla, take your level machine and run it over.
Someone very senior person in Discord and at Google said, yes, you're exactly right. And he works in the AI department of Google.
Okay,
right.
but he's
That had
not
nothing
at
to do
Tesla.
with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do.
I just wanted to flex.
Just to be clear.
Yes, I think that their head start on data is like, I don't know how anyone catches it.
Yeah.
I think Google's a no-brainer of all the companies because
Google or
what you
Tesla?
just said, Google.
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
Google and Tesla. Tesla from the self-driving, obviously.
Yeah.
But Google from the data they've collected since 2001.
For maps.
Everything.
Yeah.
But they don't.
we
Yeah,
search.
right. But different.
I'm going to
Different
tell
data,
you.
though.
I'm going to tell you why the biggest challenge. Why I think Google has an existential risk. Or you know when you look at those they do those like animated GIFs of like the last 25 years, the biggest companies in the world, and it's like it was GE and ExxonMobil, and none of those companies are on the list today. Google is the one company that strikes me that could be wiped off the list. And the reason why is when you look at search, it's very, very plausible that ChatGPT becomes the default search engine for the internet.
Do you use ChatGPT anymore?
I do. I like using it.
How often? I found myself really using it very sparingly.
Okay, so I agree. I don't think it's consumer friendly yet. Not close to being consumer friendly. But let me tell you the big thing why I think put aside all the AI threats, all that stuff. From a pure vision standpoint, they do not have it. So last week, they were rumored to be looking at HubSpot to buy for $35 billion. Do you know what HubSpot is?
It's just a CRM.
It's a Salesforce competitor, right? It's a junior Salesforce. In the biggest arms race of AI history, you're buying a fucking CRM? Yes, from a pure business standpoint, it may make sense. By the way, HubSpot doesn't even make money. It's a $2 billion revenue company, loses $179 million. It's not some revolutionary piece of technology. If I'm writing a $35 billion check, I'm buying one of those new AI companies and saying, what am I missing in terms of innovation? Or go build hardware like what Sam Altman and these guys are talking about with Microsoft. But like, you have $35 billion in cash to burn. You're betting on a CRM? That's the problem with that company. They have the data. They have the technology. Yeah, they're just like, we can't do AI.
I bet you they care about the eclipse. Wokies.
Everyone at Google's off, huh?
Yeah,
everyone at Google's
You think Google has a Monday off?
Oh, for sure. I mean, every day at Google's off.
Every Monday off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiots.
But
But that's the problem with Google.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think their hands are tied because of Lina Khan.
Then why even look at HubSpot then?
That could be the fake, and then they go buy some $5 billion AI company that.
After that whole like black founding
look at the moves
fathers
Satya's
thing, I
making.
just don't trust.
Microsoft's moves are crazy. They came in with the OpenAI. Then they did like this fake bullshit buy of this company they just did. They're just thinking on another wavelength. And Google is like,
I don't know. I wouldn't
they're buying
sleep
NFL rights.
I wouldn't sleep on Google at all.
I slept.
I'm asleep.
You might have slept. I didn't sleep on Zuck.
That product, that fucking whatever it was called,
Woken
Gemini or whatever. Yeah. Inability to show white people. It just shows like, that's such a bad judgment call. What's going on there? That's AI. That's the thing that everyone's talking about, that like, it is the most important that your AI product is good. You're the most well-positioned, and that's what you come out with. I don't trust anything they do now, or whatever they're working on.
Yeah. No, it's fair.
Unless they go on like an Elon style tear and fire 3,000 people and reposition.
Yeah, if they got the
send out a
company
letter
and they
that
said,
says we're no longer political. Keep your beliefs at home. I want to see all that.
I want to see that, and I want to see like a return to like, they're one of the most innovative companies ever. It changed our life.
Sergey's been on the island.
That's why.
The island?
The island.
Oh, well, they're checked out. Yeah, that's not a bad call.
That's been publicly reported. I'm not like making
Yeah, no,
rumors.
he's been on the island.
I mean, I think they're so big.
Everyone in Texas been on the island. Bill was there all the time.
Right.
He's
To me,
at
they're
least
so
not
big
involved.
that it seems like silly to count them out, but I think they're also, they were the most well-positioned to do AI, and that's what they came out with. It's crazy.
And they had the most innovative AI company of all time.
They bought DeepMind.
Yeah, I know.
Which was now
it's Microsoft.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
Unbelievable. I just, when I saw they're looking at HubSpot, I spit my drink out. I was in disgust.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to buy?
What were you drinking?
What?
Oh, not what I expected. Okay.
I wouldn't be drinking tequila and reading about Google buying HubSpot. Let me tell you that.
Okay. That's good to know, actually, because that would signify a problem. Like either you're just a dork or you have a drinking problem.
Yeah,
There's only two scenarios.
I'm getting drunk. Both those could still be true, but that was not happening at that moment.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, he's getting on a plane in about 2 hours, so who
Right,
knows?
but he'll be drinking, but he won't be reading about HubSpot, I don't think.
Fuck no, I'm going to be watching the last ever Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It's tonight.
Oh, it's out?
I'm actually like debating it's like, this is like, Seinfeld is basically the mantra of my life. Curb is probably my favorite show right behind Seinfeld ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch it on my phone because I feel like I'm doing it like a disservice. Yeah.
How long are you gone for?
A week.
That's tough.
I know. But it's not like a show
They should
that's
have
like
played that in
popular on-
theaters.
They should. They should have done
final
that.
ever.
They should have done it during the eclipse because, Larry David would not give a fuck about the eclipse.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
10
Boom,
a.m.
I pick.
You go to anywhere theater in America during the eclipse.
You're right. You're
Right.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
He
they
would
blew
not
it.
care about the eclipse, and he would have 100%
Yeah.
wanted that to be aired.
That would have been
He's going to
cool.
be golfing tomorrow. I don't give a shit.
Yo, pretty bit Bel Air.
Yeah.
It's
What
incredible.
about Dollar Store? Closing them all down. Temu wins again. Temu.
So 99-cent store. This is 99 cents only stores. They're predominantly in California. Iconic local store. I mean, like they've literally been around since we've been kids. Is closing all 371 of their stores and full on liquidating.
I'm like half joking here, but like if I'm America, the government or whatever, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Because it really is like, where's that business going? It's going to Temu. It's going to those places, right? I mean, to me, that's a little, like I said, I'm half joking, but like it's a little, alarming.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, it's really interesting. Like there's this dynamic between like old business and technology that there's like a understanding gap that takes some time. And I think like I don't think people realize even to this day how big and important Amazon is. Amazon's like the proxy for global retail. Like to even think about that is bananas because 20 years ago they were selling fucking books.
Right.
And that's it. Right. So in a very short period of time, they basically reinvented the way the world shops. And what Temu and Shein are doing, Temu did it, by the way, 20 months. 20 months has destroyed all dollar stores in America.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not a politician or a mega retail in America and do not appreciate or understand what's happening, and what they don't realize is like the scale. Like you're talking about Temu is going to do like $20 billion. It's not like a tiny business.
Right.
Right? It's like way bigger than 99-cent store. It's on the way to crush, Dollar General in the next, call it a year. It'll be probably bigger than Dollar General.
Yeah.
And so if you don't
it just
like,
feels Like I'm a free market, fan all day long. It just feels alarming.
It's definitely alarming. And what I struggle is if you're a politician, why aren't you thinking about this?
I don't think they know.
Have you seen what every politician's top 5 stocks are? They have NVIDIA. Someone was saying the hottest stocks are politicians. NVIDIA and Microsoft. They're not worried about anything else.
No, but my point is it's so obvious. We're obviously just like entrepreneurs that do business at like a small scale. Yeah. And we can see it right in front of our face.
Yeah. Well, not to mention we're
not Bezos. We're not Zuck. We're not, Elon.
I mean, the only reason Meta is crushing their numbers.
Telling them.
Yeah. The only reason Meta is crushing their numbers, don't get it fucked up. It's 100% Temu. 100%. They're the biggest ad buyer right now.
So you're telling me that, think about the top 5 entrepreneurs, owners. It's Zuck, Bezos, Musk. Who else?
That matter?
Yeah.
That's it.
And they obviously see what's going on.
I know, but Sleepy's not talking to those guys.
Yeah. They're the enemy. The billionaires. Here's the thing. I just want to say this again. As an American small business owner, I'm not upset that Temu's beating 99-cent store. No, we should stop them. It's that with my business, we have to deal with counterfeits all day long, and there's nothing you can do. You take them down, another one's up. You take them down, another one's up. It's all in China. You can just hunt them down all day. It affects your pricing at other retailers. It makes it so difficult. Someone the other day just sent me a bunch of Malbon golf fake stuff on Temu. It is.
Wow.
It is.
I sent it to you.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
It's $3 t-shirts.
Exactly.
$3.50.
It's a good deal.
So they're just whittling away at American businesses, not because they're winning and doing it better, but there's just nothing you can do. And it's just crazy.
Even TikTok Shop, the amount of fake copyrighted shit that's on TikTok Shop is a joke.
Yeah, we have that problem there too.
I see Kobe Bryant t-shirts. I see bullshit Nike. I see bullshit Louis Vuitton
There's full
stuff.
fake We're Not Really Strangers games on there. And so when we make our thing, then there's confusion because the fake ones have more because we just made an account for a new product. It's wild. And I don't think that they understand it at all. And I don't think they're incentivized to actually solve those problems. They're incentivized to, make money for themselves and in different ways. They don't get incentivized by solving that problem. It is a Zuck thing or a Bezos thing, but I also think they're the enemy.
Well, Zuck in this case benefits from it.
Right.
Because he's getting the ad business.
Yeah. It's really Bezos.
Bezos gets hurt.
No, but you said Bezos is getting all the China.
Yeah, he gets that. But if daily active users on Amazon dropped recently, and it's directly correlated to Temu. The low end shopper on Amazon predominantly is a relatively high income shopper. The people that are daily shopping on Amazon, they mount the top 25% shop. It's very similar to the stock market. The NVIDIAs and the Amazons and all these companies are so big. Similarly, in shopping behavior, the top 10, 20% basically account for majority of spend in America. And they all use Amazon. So it's a relatively important platform for them to use. But I don't see how even Amazon, they lost their low end consumer is going to Temu. So they're concerned. They're probably looking at how do we solve for this? But they may also be like Costco. Costco's a high end consumer shopping experience. The average shopper at Costco is 6 figures earning. That's maybe who Amazon has decided we can't cater with positive unit economics dealing with a person buying a $5 item. And if Temu is willing to subsidize it for the next 5 years, what do we care?
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Either way, that's not to get too depressing about it, but that's when I saw that, maybe like I said, half joking because also whatever. I'm sure that there's plenty of things they were doing to blame, and they didn't pivot to e-com and all that stuff. But it's a pretty big retailer shutting down that I would imagine more than 50% of the problem is probably definitely e-com, but a large chunk is foreign owned.
I wonder if like the migrants getting debit cards are on Temu or they're going to Walmart.
Walmart.
Why?
Well, their living situation is probably a little rocky. You know, you got to set up an address and have a delivery, and like you can just walk in and grab it. Where are they living?
You not
They
only
have
can
stable-
walk into this country, you can also walk into any house and stay in it. So
That's true. And
what's the
that's
difference?
Not only that, but it's been a hot strategy. You could go to Beverly Hills. There's so many empty houses in Beverly Hills. You could live in a
start
mansion.
a marketplace for empty homes and be like, okay, I'll tell you where the homes are.
Marketplace for squatters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me $500 a month. I'll tell you all the empty
Airbnb for
houses.
squatters. Yeah.
What?
There's a whole racket.
Yeah.
Apparently, what you should do is the racket is that you end up having to settle with the squatter to get your keys back. So you give them like 5 G's or 10 G's and they give you your keys. So you just take half.
Do you know in any other country, they would just shoot your ass?
Yeah.
Straight up. So speaking of any other country, El Salvador, which was, several years ago, I think it was the highest murder per capita in the world, a very dangerous place, not a thriving economy by any stretch of the imagination. They get a new president who thinks differently, makes, big bets like on Bitcoin and crime, and basically went very aggressive on crime and locked up anyone affiliated with any of the gangs. And what's funny is because I've on social media, on Twitter, I've searched El Salvador stuff. So I get served, and randomly I get a bunch of Americans that go to El Salvador and cannot believe how beautiful it is. Beaches, it's affordable. And they're like, you should come bring your family vacation here. It's an incredible place. So I think from a tourism standpoint, incredible opportunity for El Salvador. Then on Friday, this guy, the president, tweets out, he is now offering 5,000 free passports to highly skilled scientists, engineers, doctors, artists, and philosophers. All that means, first of all, 5,000 Indians are showing up in El Salvador instantly.
Akshay.
There's going to be a room full of Akshays.
he was born in Northridge.
No, but listen, other Akshays are showing up.
Yeah. Akshay's the next Akshay. A lot of good golf, great weather in El Salvador.
Make another Akshay. It's gonna be. Can you imagine a country making a transformation so quickly, and then having the thought to shit, we need higher skilled, innovative people in this country. Yeah. Ultimately, legal immigration will actually make this country a better place. And I know America's a much bigger country. And it's a more difficult thing to solve for. But we know in America, we are short in computer science. We are short in medical. We're short in a lot of places, right? Even low income labor, right? Why not actually devise a plan? We've said this 100 times, but El Salvador is doing it. It's only 5,000. It's not a lot of people, but if you end up out of this 5,000, get 2,000 doctors to show up in your country.
Yeah.
You're going to change the country over time and who's there and what those kids end up doing.
It's also the optics. Our optics are come here. Doesn't matter who you are. We'll give you a cell phone and a prepaid credit card. Walk right into someone's house. It's yours. Get arrested. Flip off the cameras on the way out. No charges. Beat up cops. Yeah. It's just the optics of the whole thing.
In America, from Diddy to the illegal that shot someone, no one's getting arrested.
I think the biggest flaw that we have right now. No, the biggest flaw we have right now is that we know there's so many high skilled people across the world, and we make it so difficult to come to the US.
Right.
And if America just said like, hey, past certain, checkpoints in terms of like testing or whatever
Right.
you want to put as the benchmarks, why wouldn't you let them in?
I mean, that's what happened to me. Here's what happened to me.
Debit cards.
Here's what happened to me last week is there's all these stories and all these things about the border crossings and all those issues. I have an employee who is incredibly smart, accomplished, makes a great salary, wants to move here from another country. And the simple process while trying to do her work and go through the green card process was too daunting that she bailed for the time being. And
why did she just walk over?
Exactly. Right? That's my point.
And then you can be like, you know what? I will get you in America and give you free housing. Right. It's very simple.
Yeah, there's a
Employers
house
should
down
full
on...
take advantage of it. Be like, walk in, and guess what? Do you like the beach or you like the hills?
Hold on.
You can live in Malibu. You can live in Beverly Hills.
Hold on. I want someone to prove to me you could just walk in.
To the country?
What?
A person that we know.
Anyone can
It's
walk
all
in.
over online. You see the videos.
I see online. I want someone that we know.
You know why? Someone we know won't do it because they don't want to take the risk of not being able to get a job or do whatever it is.
Wait. What do you mean? You want someone we know to sneak in? Is that what you're saying? That's what it's going to take for you to believe
I'll
it?
walk in. I'll just pretend like
just go to Tijuana and walk back over.
Give me 50 grand. I'll do it. 50 grand. I'll sneak into America.
10.
50. 50 grand, I'll sneak into America. I won't take my passport and I'll walk right fucking in. And I'm going to walk into your house and fucking take it too.
You could.
When you're gone, you're going to be gone for dinner one night, the whole family, boom, my house.
Anand, what do you think is the reality if you think it's being inflated? What is actually happening?
You're asking me?
Yeah, like you obviously are kind of suspicious.
I'm suspicious of like this nonsense.
So what do you think?
The numbers are there. Everyone's admitting it.
Right. The numbers, there's video. There's people like
I want to see someone. So, we have a large podcast. We have people from all over the world. Someone just walk right in and tell me what their experience was.
Can I ask you a question? Why aren't you equally as suspicious about the vaccine injury data?
What is that?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just curious. You're one of these like kind of
it's
biased
not his narrative.
Wokies.
It's not his narrative.
Like you don't believe it when you don't want to believe it, but then you believe it blindly.
It's not the narrative.
When it goes with your crew.
The wokes.
So you're asking me why am I not suspicious?
Yeah, like you're suspicious about what we're seeing, even though we're seeing video and numbers and data and all this stuff of people crossing.
Everyone's like, you're going to know who the fuck I am.
But
I'm like, yeah, you're going to take my house.
And you
That's
guys,
what you're going to know.
You guys each have one person that crosses the border. I'll believe you.
If I get someone to cross the border, I want you to take every booster for the rest of your life.
No,
He's going to be immune. He's going
to take every booster forever. Every booster. I don't give a fuck. Pfizer's going to be sucking down this booster for the next decade.
Inflamed heart.
I'll take you
years.
and the crosser to Mr. Chow's.
Fuck no. No.
Why do you need to see it? There's video. There's data. No one's disputing the numbers of crossings.
Nobody. That's
Biden's not coming out and saying, no, that's inaccurate. They're putting them on planes.
What's your question?
Are you going to take the booster?
My question was, why aren't you equally as suspicious about vaccines?
I think there's a large number of people that are crossing the border, of course. But I have no idea why that correlates to the vaccine injuries.
I'm asking why you don't believe.
That's a really weird, it's like you're doing gotcha journalism.
No. Is
yes,
that gotcha?
Yes, you are. Gotcha journalism.
Absolutely not. This is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, you are.
Anand, this is what I'm saying. Okay, let me just try to.
Let's walk it back.
If we have video and we have data of all of these crossings, but you still refuse to believe it, what I'm asking is,
I'm not refusing to believe it. I want you guys to prove it to happen.
Yeah, because you don't fully believe it. You're not convinced. Okay. Right?
I think there is a large.
I'm not trying to gotcha. I'm asking, do you think?
Gotcha. You're trying to gotcha.
I'm not. I just got you. That's all. I'm not trying to gotcha, but I got you. But what I'm asking is, why then, when there's stories and things about vaccine side effects, why you're not equally as suspicious?
It is because
tell me how they correlate?
Questioning the narrative on all things or only on the things that follow your...
I mean, I know D doesn't listen to Rogan. I listen to Rogan. I hear everything he says. I take it into account.
Yeah, but you still don't. You're still like, nope.
I still think that it limited the number of deaths.
I know, but that's fine. But there's a chance that it also hurts some people.
But if you do cost benefit analysis,
no, but that's part of it. That's not the. That's
but we
not
don't know.
The
We
point.
can't even do the cost benefit analysis. We don't have data. Maybe the cost was way bigger than the benefit. Anyway, I'm not trying to get into a vaccine argument. I'm just saying it's so weird to me that
Jesus
you're so
Christ,
diligent.
You're so fucking RFK.
No. Oh my God. Listen, Wokey. All I'm
RFK
saying
over
is
here.
You're so diligent about the border, and you're not equally
I'm not
diligent.
diligent about the border. I want you to prove to me, find two people to walk across the border.
I mean, you see
and
New
D
York
wants
City.
you to
I don't.
The mayor of New York City said he cannot handle all the immigrants anymore. He cannot
There's
handle
flights.
the migrants.
They're hiding them in airports.
Yes.
All right, you guys find two people to walk across the border, and
What do we
be
get
like,
for it?
Okay, then you
I
get a
want
booster
something.
every 6
If
months.
you get unlimited
and if you stay
boosters,
healthy,
I'll get a booster. I want a booster every month. Every month.
And if you're still healthy, then we know that's.
You guys want me to die. You guys also think the booster's going to kill me. So you're trying to kill me.
You said
We
that
could
the
get
booster
killed by
can't do anything.
coyotes trying to cross the border.
Yeah.
You're sending us to death.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're not going to the border. You're just texting some guy like, "Hey, come across the
If the
border."
migrants
Yeah.
won't get you, the boosters will.
Yeah. It's dangerous out here. But listen, all I'm saying is let's go all the way back to what we can't agree on. The optics suck. And these optics, like, is El Salvador going to become the next world leading, anything? Not right away. But the optics of making these changes, and now you have all these videos of people talking about how nice it is versus the constant optics of squatters and migrant killers and Lake and Riley, and it's just fucking nuts. It's just crazy. That's all. That's what we have to
I will say, Drama and D have both been double boosted and are healthy as.
I didn't take
I
a
was
booster.
never boosted.
I just took the vaccine.
What are you talking about?
2 shots.
No. The vaccine, originally the Moderna vaccine, was two shots. It was not a booster.
No
The booster
booster.
was a year later.
So you did 2 shots.
Yes, I
shots.
took whatever.
Drama, did you do 2 shots?
2 shots all day long.
All right.
I feel like I'm.
And you
I'm
guys are
lucky.
very healthy. You look
It's
great.
a sample size of
It's
2.
the same thing.
Anand.
It's mad.
It's a sample
mad.
size of 2 people.
Anand's the dumbest
Out of
Indian in math in
hundreds of
history.
millions.
Like literally, there's
Hundreds of
Indians.
millions.
Akshay is listening to this podcast saying Anand
God.
doesn't understand statistics.
I'm very happy
ridiculous.
you guys are both
Statistics.
healthy.
Oh,
You guys
Jesus
took your 2
Christ.
shots.
So
No
you
one
should take
died.
50.
Oh my God.
You like it? Take 50. You know what I was thinking? I had
You
a
should
weird.
take
This
one
is
a month.
weird thinking. You know, Eric Deluxe obviously helped write shots.
Yeah.
Pfizer
Ooh,
should license it.
Oh, that's great.
They should.
That's a good.
They should just go all in.
Everybody,
They should
shots. With
Yeah.
him and Travis Kelce.
They should. Yeah.
Oh, if you had Kelsey, it'd be hot.
Oh my
well,
God.
We can move on.
Okay.
What else do we got? El Salvador, Disney. You want to talk about Disney? How long
Wait,
are
I
we?
still don't get why you guys think you guys getting 2 shots was bad for you. Sorry.
No, we don't. But
No,
there
I'm
is a
saying-
statistical probability that some people died. 100%
I'm saying
chance.
in hindsight, it is a risk that had I known everything I know today, which is not much because they won't show us the goddamn data, but still, if I knew everything that I knew today, I wouldn't have taken the risk. I'm okay. I think I'm okay. There's also like a lot of really,
You look
know,
great, Drama.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But there's a lot of believable people.
I bet you if you polled America, I'd say half the people would never have gotten the vaccine in hindsight.
Right. And
Half's
100% safe
high.
and effective messaging.
I'd say like 20%.
No,
'Cause for me also-
Javier, would you take the vaccine? Did you even get it? You did. Helen? No. Josh? You didn't take it. Exactly.
Less than half would
the
do it.
entire room. You're the only one. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, nobody would take it again. 50% is a small percentage of people.
Because not only did I feel like I was taking a risk that I didn't know I was taking, but also I do think there is a very slight chance that there could be problems that show up later in life because of this thing. I think that there's damage, like people who have some of this heart damage, it's permanent damage. But I also think the effectiveness was a lie. And for me, I didn't need it.
You're a healthy
COVID.
guy.
Yeah. And I got COVID not that long ago. And it's just it didn't stop me from getting it. They told me I was never going to get it if I had it. They told me that all this stuff. So
let's stop talking about vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You don't like the cold hard
That's what they want you to do. They
facts,
silence you.
First they
Big
ask,
Pharma silences
and
you.
then they move on.
I need a Pfizer.
You want to be a
sponsor.
Pfizer sponsor?
I'd love it.
But Anand, aren't you curious of like the data?
I am absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've talked to numerous doctors about this, and there's nothing substantial. And I think it's a lot of like podcast, like.
But the migrants, of course, the videos of the migrants are not real.
No, like
and the squatters, they're not real. Nothing's real.
I mean, I've talked to numerous doctors about the vaccine, and no one has questioned it at all.
I actually have someone I have a doctor that's willing to come on to question it.
Who?
I'm going to bring him. I'll bring him on.
It's all just observation.
No, he's going to come on and he'll name himself.
And I'll question him because
you can question.
The problem is it's all like what everyone's seen. Like if a doctor's like, no, I haven't seen any problems.
Yeah.
Because there's no data. Anyway, next up. Okay, Caitlin Clark, hottest thing in town. The one thing that, listen, people may disagree on the border. They might disagree on vaccines. One thing you can't disagree on is Caitlin Clark.
Oh, they can actually. All WNBA stars, former stars, are shitting on Caitlin Clark.
Oh, God
like
damn
no one's business.
We can disagree on anything.
This is what actually I enjoyed about it is that like nobody's above anything. We will tear anyone down, which is great in America. It doesn't matter how great you are. You're gonna get torn to shred.
Yep.
Caitlin Clark obviously is the only reason anyone's watching women's basketball. It has record viewers. It was like 14 million viewers for the Final Four game. I'm sure today's finals was like 18, 20 million.
Right.
And they lost. She lost. So like that's on her. She lost. But she's the most dynamic thing to happen. And even like I saw like quotes of all these like current and former basketball players shitting on her, which is fucking crazy.
I think
like, what's the beef?
It's jealousy. It's just jealousy.
It's jealousy, and I think the controversy is great for her. Meaning that people want to shit on her because they think she's the only one carrying basketball.
She is.
She 100% is. She's bigger than any men's basketball player.
In college.
Yes. There's no question.
It's also great for her like ratings and stuff too. Because I feel like what are people going to do? They're going to debate it and then they're going to watch to see if they were right. Does she suck?
Yeah,
is
exactly.
she good? It's just
because the
America.
funny comment was like she's gonna play against grown women, not 18-year-old. That's like what nonsense ESPN commentators do.
They want to hate on her.
And then these 18-year-old kids go to the NBA and they fucking dominate everyone. It's the same thing. It's just like sports is a youth game. It's not. You're 30 and you play professional sports. 99% of 30-year-olds in professional sports are washed.
Yeah,
it is a youth.
I mean, she had 23 at the half. Yeah. So like,
what were the viewers? 14 million.
They lost.
That was on for Friday's game. It was 14 million.
We don't know today.
Today was the championship, which they lost. I'm sure it was blockbuster.
I'm sure it's 17.
I was at a kid's birthday party and I saw 3 parents, including myself, fucking watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but it's actually, like Anand said, it is good. Like it is just what we do when someone's at the top of the mountain.
No, this is why I'm a big believer in the race war. It's great for sports. It's great for everything.
Great for business too. You want to get in early on some business stuff, make some race war gear, choose your team.
Yes.
You know, you could have
team
jerseys.
Brown,
you can
team
make
white,
jerseys
team
for
black,
the race war.
Team yellow, whatever.
You could be the fanatics of race war.
Race wars.
Jersey.
Race sports wars.
jerseys.
Like in your favorite school color, just like you pick your race.
Yeah. It just has the race on the front.
I think, like the interesting thing about America is because we're so diverse, like I think people have like a, whatever their ethnic background is, they have like a sense of pride that is probably more than the average person in that respective country in most cases.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you see something that you identify. It's like, you're and your boy Batia.
His name's Batia.
Anand's a big Batia guy. And he's just like, he's all in on it.
We're going to take him. We're going to take him and rename him.
Claims he's India. And
no, I knew I could poke at you. And that's why I said it. That's the beauty of what you can do with race wars. I can mispronounce a name and it will irk someone so bad.
That's true.
It's so easy. Media and marketing are the easiest things in America to do. You mispronounce a name, talk shit about someone, everyone is engaged.
Yeah.
I think Caitlin Clark tomorrow morning, it's just going to be a complete race war.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, this white girl didn't win.
Yeah.
She didn't beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
It's a black coach.
Yeah.
They're going to make all these headlines.
It's great. It's good. It's good for her.
It's good for business. Yeah, it's good for...
Whites are going to double down.
Yep.
They just are.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just our natural. Like you go to prison, and you
have to pick your race.
Everyone divides up by races. You don't have a choice. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you grew up in. You're going with the people that look like you.
It was funny.
That's life.
Yeah.
I mean, she's super famous, so she'll be fine. I don't think she should go to the WNBA.
She should stay one more year in college.
20 million. Big. That's what they said her NIL will be.
Yeah. So
she's not going to. She's going to go make $78,000.
Ugh.
What grade is she in?
She's a third year player. So she has one more year of eligibility.
Okay, well, either way, she's going to be great. I mean, she's so massive. This is like a once in a, this happens. She's Tiger Woods. She's LeBron James. Smaller market, sure. But I mean, 17 million viewers or whatever, 14, probably 17 today. She's fine. Yeah. She'll be great.
Great.
Okay. Is that it? We got shout outs?
We got 2 shout outs. The first one is from Megan Nakata. So this is an interesting one, Kathy's. So she says, hey, D, I purchased 2 VIP Coachella tickets for the weekend. Weekend 1. No longer able to go. I list them on StubHub, but I'm taking a pretty big price gouge on them. So I was thinking I would rather take a haircut on them selling to a friend of a friend, the pod, a fellow Kathy. After taxes and fees, I spent over $3,000 for the pair, and I'm willing to sell the pair for $2,000, Kathy's.
Wow.
This is a mega discount.
Wow.
How do we connect them?
Okay, so at MNAKATA, M Nakata, reach out to her. First Kathy that gets it. This is a deal.
Or just group chat pod.
Yeah, or just this is an incredible opportunity to get a steal on VIP tickets. Coachella is still Coachella. It's going to be a great, and the weather's incredible this weekend.
I wonder if Coachella is going to be like slow this. I wonder.
Why are you trying to sour there?
Either way, you're getting a deal here, and it's worth going. I'm just saying, slow for Coachella still is insane. I just wonder if you'll be able to notice.
It'll still be whatever 100,000 people in the desert. Like, it's going to be.
I just wonder if you'll notice a difference.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure we have tons of friends going, and we'll find out, and we'll hear all the latest. But like, I think if you want to go, this is a great deal. Because, by the way, if you're going to Coachella, you at least need to get VIP.
Yeah, especially if you're a Kathy, represent us well. You can't be in GA.
I don't want to see any Kathys in GA.
Yeah.
Don't be in GA at like the porta potties, like 40 deep, talking, wearing group chat hat. It's embarrassing for all of us.
I love that. Okay, what else?
All right, the next one is from All Is Well. I want to shout out my cousin for joining the military. I think he's too old and too fat. But he's fought like hell every day of his life. How could I not like that? God bless.
Oh, great shout out.
That's not good for America.
I mean, he's gonna get in shape
They'll get
in
him in
2
shape.
weeks. The fucking military.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should give the
I like
military
that.
free Ozempic. Shoot them up, speed up the process. Boot camp, you're out.
Boom.
Good
Shoot
for him.
someone.
Get shot with Ozempic and shoot the enemy. Okay, that's all we got. Everyone, I hope you have an incredible week. Thank you for listening. What?
Look out for the eclipse. Don't look
out for the
straight into
eclipse.
it.
Don't look straight at it. Or if if you want to be like Trump, stare straight at it.
Didn't affect him.
No,
No,
'cause
he might be the next president.
yeah, again. Maybe there's secret powers. Okay, everyone have a good week. Thanks for listening. Peace.